My overall mission is to have a successful career, to one day be able to provide for myself and family, and be able to enjoy life. I will utilize all of the talents that God has given me to also be a positive example to others while showing humbleness and kindness. Everything I've added to my poster board are skills that I've learned throughout the course and that I will continue to use throughout college and after college to be able to reach my mission. Okay, so setting goals is one of the most important things we all have to do. It's the beginning of it all. So, dream big, set goals, take action. In order to be able to accomplish our goals, we all have to have grit. Grit, to me, means having all the perseverance, all of the motivation and the will to want to accomplish your goals, regardless of all the obstacles that one faces. Also, with failure, we learn a lot of lessons that will help us all throughout our life too as well. So that's what grit is, and I added the rose that grew from the concrete from the discussion board that we did from Tupac's song because it really demonstrates grit. It's a perfect example that anything is possible, regardless of what people think, what others, might say about us, anything. If we want to accomplish something, we can. So how this quote says that I added right here, nothing is impossible. The word itself says impossible, from Audrey Hepburn. I just think the most important thing is to not give up. It's just as long as we put our all into anything, not lose the determination, the motivation, the perseverance, the discipline we all have, we will get to where we want to eventually. So having self-motivation is key to success. Motivation is what leads us, what pushes us to wanting to accomplish anything, like literally anything. Wanting to get an A in a class, studying for an exam is something we want to do. We have the motivation to accomplish what we have in mind, what we want. Like I said, determination, perseverance, motivation all connect to grit. They all kind of work together, and I think that if you have the motivation, you have the determination and the perseverance. Like this picture I added here, it's a man going up a mountain pushing a rock, and to many it'd be like, oh, like it's impossible, you cannot do that. But in reality, it's showing us that if we have all of these, it really can be done. If you don't prioritize the things that are important, you're really not looking at the big picture. You're really not looking at what's important. And it's really, really important to know what your priorities are in order to be able to reach your goal. Another topic that I added was accepting personal responsibility. When we learned this in the course, I really realized that it was really easy for me to just blame others for my failures. For example, in school, I would just put excuses or, just always kind of be I played the victim, but this specific topic really made me reflect a lot and realize that we're the ones that create our future. We're the ones that, decide what we want to do. I added this quote from the book, which I really like. It says, when you accept personal responsibility, you believe that you create everything in your life, which is completely true. There's people that will obviously not want you to succeed, but in the end, it's up to you. It's up to the person whether or not they want to go ahead and listen to that person, or whether or not they just want to pay more attention to those negative things that people are putting against them. And this also leads into the growth mindset. Before, if I wasn't good at, for example, a certain subject like math, I would always be like, oh, you know what, this isn't my thing, this is my subject, and I just wouldn't try. But I found this quote on a TED Talk, which says, if we're to fulfill our potential, we have to start thinking differently and realize that we're not chained to our current capabilities. We can change our own ability to think and perform, which really opened my mind to knowing that just because we might not be the best at a certain subject doesn't mean that we can't get any better. It all just really depends on how much motivation we have, and how much we want to accomplish our goals. Another topic that I added was self-love. I think self-love is just something that maybe a lot of people don't realize that we need, because everybody's just so busy on other things, so busy on, like the bigger thing, which is, yeah, accomplishing our goals. But, we forget that we have to also worry and take care of ourselves. It's important that we always just, take some time to love ourselves, accept ourselves for who we really are, set some time aside to just, do something for ourselves, like, meditate, anything, read a book, something that we enjoy, and just gives us some free time away from the regular daily schedule we have. I also added this quote here that says your only limit is you. I think, it's true. Like, the only person that really limits us on how far we want to get is ourselves. Like, like when in fear, it's our inner self telling us, you can't do this, or this is going to happen. But it's, it's really like there's really nothing that we can't do. So we just kind of have to remind ourselves that if they can do it, I can too. At the top, I added the Mexican flag and a monarch butterfly, because overall, like, it's just, in order to be able to reach my mission, I have to always remember where I'm from, never forget what my roots are, where I'm from, and always, like, once I'm successful and get to where I want to be, I want to show that off. I want to be like, I'm Mexican, I'm a dreamer, and I'm up here, like, and I just can't wait for that day to come, never forgetting where I'm from, never forgetting that humbleness that I've always been taught. I also added like a cross, because in this life, obviously, we have to do, like, everything we have is because, God has given us that. My mission is the greatest thing I'm working towards. I can't wait till I'm able to start my career, give back to my parents, be able to provide for myself, for all my family. Once I'm there, I also want to, be able to travel, meet new places, in general, just enjoy everything that life has to offer us. At the same time, I also always will remember that I have to thank God for everything, and do things that I know will make Him proud. Showing humbleness, kindness, helping others out. That's something I really want to do in life in the future. This is the ending of my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it.